I grew up feeling financially broke, but community rich. Having a sibling with a disability made my life and my family's finances unpredictable, but my community was always there with love and support. I grew up in a tight-knit community in Wilmington, Delaware called Arden. It's based on the theories of Henry George, including things like tax land, not labor. It's a place that's run by the residents, and so that means that individual self-interest has to be weighed with the greater good. I'm named after Robin Hood, a nod to my family who immigrated here from Nottingham, England. The mythical Robin Hood takes from the rich and gives to the poor. In my modern-day female version, I leverage public and private investment to increase the financial security of low to moderate income individuals and families, right? So it's basically the same thing, just without the bow, arrow, and tights. It's very similar. Coming from a household that had such income and expense volatility made me an early entrepreneur. I was the first one out with my lemonade stand. I was selling art. I started a business when I was 10 years old called Chores Galore. I'd walk your dog, water your plants, really whatever it was to make a buck. And I saw firsthand the impact of a few $100s, using my first summer's earnings to buy myself a bike, a purple Sparkle Schwinn 10-speed. We grew vegetables, heated with wood, we bartered with neighbors, we rolled change to make ends meet. Our neighbors looked out for each other, and that social capital was critical to balancing my family's budget. My family really instilled in me education as a way for a better life, so we struggled and scraped to get me through 4 very heavily subsidized years at a private college and through grad school. And there I found social work. And I realized that there was a name and a theory and a group of people who cared about the supports that my family needed and that my community needed. My neighbor growing up was a social worker, and I really realized later that she embodied everything that I came to know about social work. People often think that social work is just about families in distress and just about helping those families in crisis. But what I know about social work is it's about building communities. It's about fighting for economic justice. It's about holding the system accountable to the people who it seeks to serve. Checking. Early in my career, I realized that there was such a critical thread that tied together the work that I was doing in financial capability and asset building with social work. Financial issues are something that ties through literally every issue that you could possibly work on. But the people around me saw it as math. It's about balanced budgets, and it's about compound savings. It was something that was seen as somehow both foundational, everyone had to have it, but also as an added bonus, an extra, just if you had some extra time after you were working with folks. Anyone in the room ever tried to talk to anyone about their money? Right? Like, all the stories are coming out. All the stories are coming out. So who better than a social worker to help people to process those issues? Who better than a social worker to start with people where they are, to work from their strengths, not from some middle-class assumption of priorities? Who better than a social worker to understand and fight against the structural racism and the community disinvestment behind each of those families' line items? I stand here because people advocated to make college accessible for families like mine. But I also stand here because of the racist legacy of our country to provide opportunity and wealth for people that look like me. So now it's my turn, and it's our turn to bend this system to build prosperity for all, not just some.